Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. I'm here today with Dianna Calliste, and we are going to be talking about Caribbean food and what she does, which is she's in Grenada. Dan, please say hi to the people.
Hi everyone, I'm so happy to be here. I hope everyone is doing okay. Grenada is raining right now, but I hope wherever you are, you get the weather that you hope for.
Yeah, so we're going to be chatting to you a bit later about what you do, which is a blogger, and you're also a nurse. But
Yes.
first of all, Caribbean food. And I just want to ask you, because I've asked a few people this before in previous discussions, what is the national dish of Grenada?
It's all long. It's all down.
Right.
Right? So it's basically you have all your provision, you have your breadfruit, you have your fig, you have your meat. Well, most people like it with different types of meat. So they'll put pork, they'll put chicken, they'll put saltfish, they put everything in one pot. Everything in one big pot with some saffron.
Right.
It's delicious. It's
I,
definitely delicious.
yeah, I've had it before. It is
Oh,
a really lovely dish. Really is. Okay. So, just out of curiosity, what is your favorite Caribbean dish? And it's curious to know now, is it going to be oil down?
well, I hate to disappoint all my Grenadians, but it is definitely not oil long. Although I really do love it, it's definitely not oil long. It is more of a simpler dish. Okay, it is brown dung. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Brown down? No. No, I have not. So this is so interesting.
Okay, so but you know of Pelau because I see the name in the back, right? So it's similar, except that when you brown the chicken, instead of adding the rice, you actually add dumpling, right? So you let it boil long. It's very simple. You let it boil. Some people add fig, green fig, to the pot. It's very simple. Let it boil, but you have to make sure that the dumpling is stiff. Otherwise, we're not eating it. Okay? So it's just basically stew chicken with dumpling, and it's boiled long. So no set of gravy to it, but it's similar. That's why I said it's kind of similar to pilau for those who, because you brown the chicken and then you add in your rice. Depends on how you do it,
Right.
but I just love it. I'm
Okay.
sorry, but I love it, and I also do love the fish roti. I'll say,
Fish roti, yeah?
yeah.
All right. Okay. So with the brown down, is there any peas in there?
No, how well we make it here, no peas, nothing is added. Once your chicken is seasoned properly, because we don't measure any seasoning in it,
Right.
just pour some seasoning in that chicken, make sure it's seasoned properly, and then you make your dumpling, you knead out your dumpling, make sure your dumpling is stiff, and then you add that to the pot and you just let it bubble.
Okay. So it's basically like Pelau with the peas taken out, chicken kept, and dumplings added. Right.
Dumpling is added.
Right. Okay. That sounds wonderful. All right. So, like, with oil down, is that hands down categorically the national dish? It's got no competition. It's definitely oil down.
It's definitely oil long. It had
Right.
a point in time when after the hurricane, I believe it was Hurricane Ivan,
Oh.
most people made brongdong, and they had a joke about it where brongdong became the national dish, because so many people were just making it after the hurricane.
Right.
But it's definitely oil long, hands down. Oil long is definitely it.
Okay. So, talking about Grenada, where would you recommend people to go in Grenada to have a wonderful time when they come to your country?
Okay, to have a wonderful time. Is it in terms of food or just
Yeah, just to come and
just
visit. Say I'm a tourist. Where would you recommend me
okay?
to go?
Okay, I would recommend that you head to Batway Beach. Batway Beach is up, well, the best way I could put it, St. Patrick's side. You probably don't know where. You have any idea of Grenada?
Not really. I've been there once before. I've been to Grand Sands Beach.
Grenada's beach is lovely. I was getting there as well. Lovely.
Yeah, beautiful.
And you also have the bar on Grandlands Beach, Umbrella's Bar, where you can get food.
Right.
So
But
you
the
have
beach is so long, and there
it
seems
is.
like, yeah,
It is. It's definitely long.
there's so
But
many different places along that beach as well. Yeah.
it, yeah. So
But the main
one
one
of
is Umbrella.
well, I think most people go to umbrellas, right? Most people do because the food there is absolutely delicious. You cannot go wrong, and the beach is right there. So as soon as you leave umbrellas, you're like straight on the beach. Like, what's better than that? You know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I remember with Grand Zan as well. They had like you could go what was it called, wakeboarding or all sorts of water sports as
Oh
well. You could
yes,
do,
they normally
yeah,
have persons
skyboarding
on
or
the
whatever
beach.
it's called. Yeah.
They normally have people on the beach that offers different sporting activities. So, sometimes you have a huge banana you could ride on and get all the bumps. It depends on which day you go.
Right.
But you do have different sporting activities that is very much enjoyable.
Have you ever done the banana
I
on the beach?
have,
You have.
I
Yeah.
have, yeah. I screamed from beginning to the end, but it was lovely. It was very adventurous. It seems like you're falling off, but you're not because you're strapped. But it seems like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, where would you go to get your favorite Caribbean dishes from in Grenada?
Okay. So my mom is actually a very great cook. So I don't venture out much, but I would recommend if you go to Chuckys Bar, which is opposite the bus terminal in St. George's area, you would get some lovely, as I mentioned before, I do love roti as well. So you would get some lovely roti there. And they do offer other items. They offer food and different stuff to eat.
Right.
So Chuckys Bar is definitely one on the list. Also, should we bring in Carriacou? Because I'm in Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Matney.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So Carriacou is like Sister Isle. So Mr. Grills International, lovely. On Main Street, Hillsborough, lovely. Every single dish there is just lovely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So whereabouts on that Carriacou Island is that?
It's Main Street in Hillsborough. So are you aware of Carriacou, like Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Matney?
No, I only heard about Carriacou the other day when I interviewed someone. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So once you come to Grenada, it's like a short boat ride to get to Carriacou. That's the best way I can put it. Once you go there, it's very small, very small, because Grenada is already small, so you could imagine Carriacou, right? So once you reach the Carriacou, Hillsborough, it's in Main Street, Hillsborough. As soon as we reach, it was probably how much? Maybe I'm not. I'm not 100% sure, but it wasn't like a long drive. Probably
Right.
like 10 minutes. You hit Hillsborough.
Right.
You would be making circles. It's so small. You can't miss it. And Mr. Girls International is on the main street. So
Right.
Main Street, Hillsborough. Can't miss it.
Okay. Do you know if they're on social media?
Yes, Mr. Girls International is definitely on social media. They have an Instagram. Chuckys Bar, I haven't noticed any social media outlets for them.
Okay. But is it actually Chuckys Bar that sells, or is it stalls outside Chuckys Bar?
No, it's actually Chuckys Bar.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
absolutely.
Do you find that a lot with especially some of the food places and the older food places? They might not tend to be on social media. Because that's what
Yes,
I noticed in Trinidad. Some of the older and established places, they don't bother with social media, you know?
which I think is, with today's world, I mean, everybody's social media. I think,
Yeah.
they should definitely try to establish some form of communicating via social media, because that's where people look. That's where people, you look for something, you will definitely go Google it, you know?
For sure.
So yes, I have noticed that. Indeed.
So have you been to any other Caribbean islands or countries?
I've been to Barbados, but it's only for it's only for visa purposes. So I haven't like traveled to say,
Right.
and yeah, I haven't
Okay.
traveled much.
Did you manage to taste any of their food out there?
I did, but I don't think it's like any local dish. It was from a restaurant, and trust me, I don't
Like an
even
international food
recall.
it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even
So out
recall
of
the restaurant.
curiosity, what is your favorite international dish?
Okay, let me give that some thinking.
Hi.
I would say, what do I love international? Well, can I say pizza? Because I do
pizza.
absolutely love
Yeah.
pizza.
Right.
I absolutely love pizza, but I like my pizza plain. I don't like too much on it, except I know a lot of people have this argument of pineapple on pizza, but I love pineapple on pizza. I absolutely love it. And I am ready to argue with anyone who says anything else.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So what is your favorite film?
My favorite film. Just anyone?
Yeah. Pick something.
I'll say The Hangover.
All right. Yeah. Funny. And
It definitely is funny. I had to say The Hangover because I love something that makes me laugh.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I am a horror fanatic. Like I love horrors.
Okay. I
Yeah.
stopped watching the horrors. Yeah. With all these effects, they started to get too realistic, and some of the storylines were just whoa. So I
It's
stopped watching horrors, man. Unless I
it's
know it's
great.
going to be a really good, well-written horror, then yeah, I'll go for it.
You
But
know,
that, Mhm.
I've started to predict most of the horror movies. But I love the realistic feel to it, to be honest. I love being scared. I love it.
Okay. And favorite book?
My favorite book would have to be, I have gotten into the habit of reading so much books. Let me see if I can pick one.
All right.
Favorite book.
Or it could be favorite recent book.
Oh, it's gonna be Believe You Can. I have it right in front of me now.
Okay. Right.
Yes, Believe You Can. I think it was written by John Mason.
Sounds like an
Right.
empowerment book.
Yeah, it pretty much is empowerment. It's basically saying that, if you want to become something or someone specifically, sometimes you grow up and you say, okay, I want to become an astute business person,
Right.
you start to imagine yourself as an astute business person, and eventually, without you even recognizing, you would get to that point, because that's how you imagine yourself, that's how you envision yourself. You start to act the part. So
Because you start acting like proper.
exactly.
And that's
So
what
the power of
right.
the mind, it deals with the power of the mind, and being, be conscious with your everyday activities, because that is very important. Sometimes we take it for granted, you know.
And your favorite food show?
I am not much of a food show person, to be honest.
Oh,
To be quite honest, I haven't watched a food show in forever.
all right. What was the last one you watched it?
It probably had to do with decorating cakes, but I don't even remember the name.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, because
When it comes to pepper, are you none, slight, medium, or pepper?
slight. I hate to eat something that I have to.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, when I eat it, I just want that little zing. Yeah, but I don't want to be. And I know some people like it like that, but not me.
All right. So obviously you know about Pelau because we've spoken about it before. Do you like it dry or sappy?
Pelau has to be dry. Pelau has to be dry. No sappy pelau. No sappy. Nothing with rice supposed to be sappy. Pelau has to be dry for me. Otherwise, it will upset my stomach. Dry.
So when it comes to eating like a oxtail or a roti, are you a messy eater?
You have to be a messy eater because these are things you enjoy. So you have to, and you make sure everything rolls down because that's how you know you're enjoying the food. I'm definitely a messy eater. I have no shame in that.
Okay. So do you have below the knee food in Grenada, like things like chicken foot or cow heel? Do you have that sort of food? And if so, which one is your favorite?
Like chicken feet or cow heel.
Yeah.
We do have the cow heel is pretty popular. I don't eat chicken food, and neither do I eat cow heel. To be
Right.
honest,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
I'm not very much of an.
Okay. I was gonna ask you, like, if you did eat it, do you think you could convince a tourist to eat either one? And if so, which would be the easier one to convince them to try?
The easier one would definitely be cow heel. Definitely, I feel like the chicken feet with all this. It's probably harder to convince someone to eat that. But the cow heel, when they do it in a nice little soup, I mean, it's you know you
Right.
take it's much more easier.
I hear that. I hear that. Okay. So, do you have doubles in Grenada?
We do have doubles,
All right.
and we do have a roti shop.
Right.
We do definitely we do have doubles. This one is up Grenville area. It's to the countryside. We do have in St. George's, but the popular one is up Grenville area. It's the name is the roti shop. It's right in the tongue of Grenville. Right
Okay. I
in
think
there,
there was
yeah.
a lady who mentioned that place before. I think because it had a basic name like the roti shop. So
Roti
yeah.
shop, yeah,
Right. Okay.
yeah. It's absolutely delicious, by the way. Yeah, this is one of those known places in Grenada.
Okay. So when talking about roti, when it comes to ordering a vegetable roti, where is that on your list? Was it one of the first things you order, or is it one of the last things you'd order?
It would be one of the second things I order.
Right.
Yeah, I would definitely go for fish first,
Right.
and then vegetable, and then chicken or beef,
Right.
comes after. Definitely. Vegetable roti, I don't think people give it enough credit. I mean, that
Yeah,
thing is
on this
good.
show, the vegetable roti gets slandered. Wow, it gets some licks. I'm telling you.
Exactly. Come on. Give
Yeah.
vegetable roti a break. It's delicious. Come on, and it's healthy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about health.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wait,
but definitely.
okay. So, favorite drink?
My favorite drink would be Vitamalt.
What?
Yeah. Local
And
drink would be probably lime juice with some white sugar. Like that does hit the spot.
oh, what?
Yeah.
Favorite fruit?
Mango. Mangoes, definitely. Yeah. We have all kind of mangoes. Julie, Longy, Pawi, just name it.
Okay. I haven't heard of, but I'm not no mango specialist, but I haven't heard of the longi before.
Longy?
Have you heard of dudus?
No.
Okay, right. So there's
No.
probably different varieties across the islands and think, oh,
Yeah.
they're probably the same things, and we just got different names for them.
Different names.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
you know. And favorite vegetable.
Favorite vegetable? Cucumbers. I think I love cucumbers a lot. Um, Besides cucumber, I would say also broccoli.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because
Yeah,
they say technically cucumber.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is a yeah. Afterwards, I was like, okay, broccoli,
Um. So, white bread or brown bread or flour?
white. Yeah,
Okay.
I
It
prefer it
surprises me because you
potato.
went the healthy option with the
I
roti,
know, I
and you've
know,
diverted course a bit.
I know, but I feel like it's lighter to eat. Like depends on what you're eating with. Like the brown bread is more heavy for me. If I'm eating like a sandwich, I would prefer the white bread. You know,
Right,
it's lighter. The
right,
brown bread is more of a heavier
right. I hear what
dish
you're
to
saying,
me.
but I just so encourage when I come across a white bread eater, I just so encourage them to consider switching because you're
Of
eating
course,
nothing of any nutritional value in that. It's been stripped
that
of
is
everything.
true.
Yeah, yeah. What about sugar? White or brown?
Brown sugar,
Okay.
brown, definitely, yeah. Although some, for example, like as I previously mentioned, like the lime juice prefer white sugar in it. For some reason, it just tastes a bit better. But yeah,
I'm just curious to know what are your thoughts on tomato sauce on Pelau?
they put tomato sauce on pilau. I didn't even know that.
I didn't know. I found out on this show, and I was like, I was in shock. But like, then someone else said the same thing, and I was like, what's going on here? Tomato
This is
sauce on Paleos to me seems
exactly
so wrong.
exactly.
Don't make no sense to me, you know. But so I was just curious to ask you. Well, at least there's someone in my boat. Thank you.
No, listen, this is very weird to me. Like
Yeah,
I've never heard of
confusing.
it. Maybe we should try it. Maybe it's probably a
I
good
don't even
idea.
want to though. I don't even want to. You know, that's the
I
thing.
feel you. I feel you.
Are you
But
one
yeah,
of these people who could eat whatever you want and don't put on any weight?
I used to be about, let's say about 3 years ago. I realized what I eat show up almost immediately. If I do say so. But I used to be like completely like slender, and it doesn't matter what I eat. And my family members always used to tell me, "Wow, how do you do that?"
No, but excuse me, you still are wow. Yeah? They should be still saying that to you, wow.
Thank you. But yeah, but no, yeah. As soon as I eat anything, it's like I feel it. Sometimes I eat ice cream and it's like I feel it down here. I'm just exaggerating, but
Right.
yeah.
So if you won the lotto and you could pick any other Caribbean island to go to for a holiday, where would you pick?
Trinidad and Tobago.
All right. Why is that?
Yeah. I've heard so much of, well, I've heard a lot about Trinidad and Tobago, right? I heard the good, the bad, and the ugly. But I think Trinidad, like, depends on like how social media brings it across. I think it looks like it have locations that are very much intrigued to be at. So I would really like to visit. I would like to see how a lot of the things are set up. For example, when people compare it to Grenada, they say, okay, like the malls are well put together and it looks like a mini America. So I would like to see and judge for myself.
Right. Lovely.
Yeah.
Excellent. Nice choice. And what would be your second and third places?
Second would be Barbados. Although I've been there, I would still like to go back and actually go places. And my third would be Jamaica. They seem to have a lot of like, I don't want to say tourist destination, but still like they have. I see some waterfalls that is very. It looks like unbelievable. They have some locations that seems like wow, too good to be true.
Right.
So I would love to visit Jamaica. Totally.
Cool. Me too. Me too. Okay, so they say in the future, probably 10, 20, 50 years or whatever, our staple diet would consist of insects. If you had to pick an insect burger, bearing in mind it's going to look like a normal burger. It's not going to look like a burger made of insects that would be ground up and things. If you had to pick, I can see your face already. If you had to pick an insect burger, which one would you consider eating out of these? A ladybird burger, an ant burger, a beetle burger, a moth burger? And I tried to pick some insects which were a bit more pleasurable to the eye.
Okay. Okay. It's definitely an hamburger, no question asked.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because compared to ladybug, you have things inside, man. The ant is more, it's less disgusting. But it's definitely an hamburger. Like, I'm curious, which one would you pick?
Probably a moth. A moth
Right.
bird. I don't know whether they'd ground up the wings as well, but the moth, it looks like a good source of protein. It's a big grub, you know. So it looks like it's got a lot of protein in there. And ants, you're gonna need a lot of ants to get some. But then again, the
Well,
thing with ants is there are a lot of ants, and we do need ants. Because I just tell people like our big thing over here is bacon shark. But the thing is, we need the sharks. So I just also try and discourage people not to eat sharks. But I'd probably go for a moth burger. Sounds weird us talking about this, eh? Moth burgers and ant burgers.
it is.
Yeah.
You never know. Somebody may pick up the idea and people may love
No,
it.
I was chatting. We interviewed some guests in China, and they're already eating like grasshopper. I don't know whether it's burgers, but they're eating. It's probably in
Yeah.
its form that they're eating them.
I saw, yeah, I saw that. But
Right.
so
So
hopefully I never have to eat an hamburger.
yeah. Do you know what's gonna happen with the world? The way things are going, you know,
I know.
madness going on right now. So in Grenada, where would you recommend people to go to shop for good value on their groceries?
I would recommend IGA supermarket in Grenada, and the name is Real Value, so you get value. I definitely would recommend IGA supermarket. It's in
IGA.
Spiceland Mall in Grenada. Yeah, so it's very easy to locate. It's very convenient, and they have a wide variety of stuff, like mostly any item. If you need mostly anything you need, you go to IGA. You may get certain things at one supermarket and not get the other.
Is it
But
a
IGA
reasonably
definitely.
big mall? Yeah. I'm wondering if it's the
Not
same one. It's not big, no.
not compared to other
Oh,
person's
right.
mall in different countries, but it's a reasonable mall, must I
Right.
say.
No, I went to a mall in Grenada, and I'm not too sure if it's the same one, but it was a lovely mall, great reasonable prices. I thought, you know.
I think I definitely think it was Spiceland Mall.
Right. It does seem to ring a bell. All right. So
Because you
like
stayed in Granans, right? It was in Granans.
no. What did
Oh,
we stay in Granada? We stayed not too far from the airport. But what it is, we was doing like a motor racing event.
okay.
So we had to drive to I believe it's the old airport, which is on the other side of the island. So that was a long drive, but where we was
Oh,
actually staying was close to the new airport. Yeah.
okay. Okay, yeah. The new airport is close to
Right.
Granans. Okay.
So as you were saying about like my country, Trinidad and Tobago, you think it's like a beautiful place, but obviously there is a dark side to Trinidad and Tobago as well. Because we all know the Spice Island is lovely. Does it have a dark side? And if there is anything that you could change in your country, if you was a prime minister or the president for a day, what would you change?
I would change how the healthcare system is basically set up, because I feel like if you come down here and you get hurt, it's more of a slow process as opposed to, like, let's do this. So it's more of a slow process. That's one thing. That's the first thing that popped through my mind. Like the healthcare, like when persons come, if they have any, I'm not saying they wouldn't get attended to or they wouldn't get the care, but I feel like in terms of equipment and the urgency, the sense of urgency is definitely one that needs to be looked into.
Is it
So
free?
it's definitely free once you go to the general hospital. Definitely free.
Right.
So, I mean, that's a thumbs up. I mean,
Right.
yeah,
But you're just saying that things could be speeded up a bit.
exactly. A time could save a life,
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
But in
so
terms of,
sorry, go on.
go ahead. In terms of like, as I was saying, countries, a lot of people are interested in crime rates and stuff to know if they're safe. I think Grenada is pretty safe. It's a safe place to be. Yeah, generally speaking.
Right. I think like we're averaging about something like 4 to 6 murders a day now in Trinidad. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. Um, but again, I still feel relatively safe in Trinidad. I don't go out liming so much, but when I do, I still feel
Safe.
relatively safe.
Okay.
So yeah, it's as you say, it's how you look at it.
Yeah.
Coming here was, I think, and still is the best thing I've ever done. So yeah, I
Yeah.
do love it. So I was gonna say, now is the point of the show where we start talking about you and what you do. So I
Okay.
was I was looking at the vlogging page on your YouTube, and like yeah, you do like to go around Grenada a lot, and I also noticed which is when I went the first time, I didn't realize how invested you are in cocoa chocolate. So yeah, I've seen you do some lovely videos of traveling, hiking, and chocolate. Please tell the people what you do.
Okay. So, in terms of creating content, I travel to different areas in Grenada. So, for example, as you mentioned, I'll do a hike today. Probably the next day, I'll go to the land. I do that as well. Or, I visit like different locations like the beaches. For example, Bathway Beach, as we mentioned before, and I also visit different, let's say, sceneries, like places that have like beautiful sceneries when you reach there. I also do that. And lately I've done like candies in Grenada. Like we have, like chip, we have pop balls, and we have those things. So my recent video entails, making Grenadian candies. So basically I'm just all over the place in Grenada, you know, any
Right.
anywhere there's good sceneries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you make candies? Do you make anything with chocolate?
Well, recently I actually have been trying some chocolate. Yeah, I've been picking the cocoa, I've been leaving it to ferment, and it's kind of like a tree to bean kind of stuff. I haven't created the perfect formula yet for myself,
Right, right. Okay.
but I have been trying out different chocolate to consume. I just
Yeah,
do it for
I see
myself.
one of the videos, there was about 3 of you and you was trying different, there was probably like nutmeg chocolate and ginger chocolate
Yes,
there and thing. Yeah, you was trying them out. Yeah.
we do have chocolate factories down here, official chocolate factories. So we have Jouvay and we have the Grenadian chocolate. So the one where we were trying it out, it was Jouvay. It was it's also Grenadian chocolate, but the name is Jouvay. So we were trying, they had as you said, they had the nutmeg, which was it was delicious. I mean, anybody actually, Grenada is known for great chocolate. I don't know if you know that, but
Right.
Grenada is actually known for having very tasty chocolate. Yeah, the percentage I think goes from like 60% cocoa to all up to 100% cocoa. So a cacao depends on how people. Yes. So, but
Yeah.
if anytime you're here, I think that should be first on your list to go to the chocolate factories. They give you a tour and you get to sample different chocolate. What's better than that? You know?
Excellent, excellent. Because I can remember the first time I tried our Trinidadian cocoa bean, and like it blew my mind of how good it tasted. Now, so I was comparing it to things like off the shelf things that you can get like in the supermarket. Like, I don't want to mention the name brands, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the staple stuff that you can get for chocolate that you've known from when you was a kid. But this cocoa bean, like the local grown, is so pure. It
It
blew my
is.
mind. And so it's the same with the Grenadian chocolate from like
Yes,
Cuba, yeah?
yes, yes. And you actually, your body can tell when you eat something that is pure. You know that, right? So it's like you don't feel fatigue. You just feel like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is pure. My body loves this. You know, and a lot of people have argued that cacao is very healthy in its pure form. You know, like
Yes.
it's very healthy. You know, it has a whole history with with that. You know, but compared to according to you, the store brands,
Yeah, I think those are the ones that aren't healthy
they're
because they're
not.
mixed with everything, all sorts of things. I don't think those
Oh
are healthy. But do you
no, they're
think
not.
that a lot of Grenadians know this? They're aware of this, and they still go for the store brands, or because they're not aware of how good the local chocolate is?
The thing is, I think that no, a lot of Grenadians are not aware because even I had taken it for granted growing up. So the thing is, we look for a taste that is more, like it has a kind of bitter kind of taste to it. Depends on the
Right.
percentage. So when persons are eating, they probably just look for something that is sweet, and like it just you want something
Yeah.
sweet, and so honestly speaking, I don't think a lot of Grenadians are aware of how healthy and how, like pure and delicious our chocolate is because I was absolutely one of them who were like, Grenadian chocolate? No. You don't even taste it yet, but you say no. You understand?
Yeah.
So
And I've been
it's
speaking
something,
to Trinidadians who've been, born and raised here, and some of them got no idea about our local chocolate. So
you see?
yeah, I think I don't know marketing or because the industry was
Do
basically,
you know,
you know,
who
yeah,
appreciate it more? The people abroad.
yeah, foreigners, yeah, yeah, they
Yes,
know what we've got. Yeah,
exactly.
all right. So where's one of the favorite hiking wise? What's your favorite hike?
My favorite hike would be, just give me a couple seconds. Which
All
one
right.
was my favorite? I was complaining about Kublau because I had difficulties finding the location, but it was actually a great hike. You know why? It was this, and the road was, for some reason, the road was like concrete at a certain part, so it wasn't like a, so it was more of a smooth hike if you have friends and you stroll instead of making it more difficult. Because trust me, hikes down here you have places where you have to hold a rope and jump over a
Oh,
river,
all
and
right.
I've been through that.
Yeah.
But I don't think
So when you go, do you go with a guide or
no,
do you do tours? Are you a tour guide yourself?
I am not a tour guide, and we
Oh,
don't go with guides because, as I said, Grenada is a very nice place. You just meet somebody and you say, "Hey, which is direction?" For example, Kubla, when we went, we met when we were going up the hill. The neighbor, I should say neighbor, was like, "You guys can't go with a vehicle, you know that, right?" So they let us park it in their garage, and we walked up. So we just go. We must find it. That's Grenada for you.
right. Okay. And I was also looking at like your nurse video, and I see that you asked an interesting question. Should nurses leave Grenada? And that was part one. I noticed I didn't see a part two. So I'm wondering if we're going to get an answer on this show.
Well, the thing is, yes, an answer will be given, but the answer will be given soon. It has,
Right?
the
Okay.
answer will be given soon,
Right. Okay.
but not
Because
right
like
now.
I was thinking about it that way as well. Like some people I talk to over here, they're desperate. They want to leave Trinidad. But I always tell them, don't think that the grass is greener on the other side.
Absolutely not.
Don't get, because like
Absolutely not.
I don't know about Grenada, but like I tell them, we got things nice over here. You just don't realize, and people over here, they don't like to work already. When they go abroad and you're going to live, you got to put the hours in. You got to put the work in. So don't,
Listen, whether it's snowing or not, you got to get up and you got to go to
yeah,
work.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely, and I know because my sister is also a registered nurse and she works in the United States. So I have someone who is actually telling me about the one-on-one experience. So
Yeah.
that's a very good point you make there. That was one of the points.
Yeah, well, I suppose the answer would be like it would depend on the individual's circumstances and what's in your
Definitely.
heart, what you really want to do, And I suppose age would come into it as well. If
Hmm.
you're young and you can go abroad, yeah, why
Of
not?
course.
If you can go and see what the other side of the world is like, or different, it tastes different things. But um, always remember, and you'll see it for yourself if you do that, that the grass might not be greener over there, you know?
Definitely. That's one of the things that's number one. The grass is definitely not green on the other side. Yeah.
So what do you enjoy about being a nurse? What made you want to be a nurse?
Okay, so I work on the psych unit, right? And from ever since being a nurse, I knew I wanted to work on the psych ward, the
That's
psychiatric ward,
psychiatric ward, right?
right? Because I do have family members who are affected, and I feel like people are not taking this illness serious. It's an illness, just like how you take diabetes serious. You have to take mental illness serious as well, and it's not funny. It's not a joke. You know, because well, God forbid, it doesn't respect anybody. So if something happens to you or your family member, why would you want it to be a joke? Why would you want it to be treated as a joke? So I'm
What
sorry, what was
causes
the
it? Because
question?
like with diabetes, it could be caused
Hmm.
by diet, or lack of exercise, them kind of things. So what would cause like a psychiatric illness?
Well, sometimes it's genetic, right? Sometimes it's definitely genetic, and certain they say certain if the atmosphere sometimes it's stressful, and sometimes um I know people don't like to hear that, but depends on the drugs that is used can actually affect person's psyche. So it depends, but the main one is genetic. Sometimes you have family member that has it, and for example, if you're under a lot of stress, your environment, or use they use the word marijuana, if you use you use substances that has affects the brain. It can you know cause you in quote unquote terms to trip. you know
Right, right.
so
Okay,
just the same, it's treated with medication.
right. So the original question was, what made you want to be a nurse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So as I started saying, I enjoyed psych. No, my aim was always psychiatric nursing. That has always been my aim. And I think one of the reasons that drive me to nursing is because I have an older sister who is also a nurse. So sometimes you are influenced by other person. When she comes home, she may be tired, but she's happy with what she does. Like she is, like you made somebody life better. I'm speaking generally. So she used to come home, she used to be tired, but she used to be contented with how the day went. It's more of a inward feeling that is very hard to explain.
Right. Yeah. Well, you're out there, you're saving people's lives, So like you save a life, that must be, I mean, I don't think I've ever saved a life in my life, So I've never experienced that feeling, But for you, I mean, probably once a week to get that kind of feeling. Wow.
You feel like
I
a
mean,
hero.
I'm guessing it could be twice, 4 times a week, But to get that sort of feeling, yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful. You feel like you have purpose. Um, you feel like when the day goes by and you do something that is worthwhile, you feel good at the end of the day. As opposed, sometimes we have lazy days, and by the end of the day, we don't feel good. We feel terrible, you know. But when you do something that is worthwhile, you absolutely feel good about yourself. You sleep better. Yeah.
Okay. So do you think you might be looking to go abroad yourself and do some nursing?
I am still on limbo with it because, as I said, everything has its advantages and disadvantages. And I am looking at, well, pros and cons. And, you know, as me as an individual, what do I like? What do I want to accomplish? Is that my priority? What is the priority? You know?
Yeah.
So I'm still
So
on
it's
the
down to,
limbo.
yeah. You've got to do what's best for you. Okay.
Exactly.
So can I ask you, what are you looking forward to eating like for lunch? Because it's quite early we're doing this interview. What are you looking forward to having lunchtime?
I am hoping to have some chicken soup lunchtime. Yeah. I'll
Lovely.
definitely be making some chicken soup. I haven't had it in a little bit, and I thought, you know, that would be a good idea for today with some nice little split peas and good to go.
Dianna, I just want to really thank you for appearing on the show. It was such a pleasure having you on here and telling us about your lovely country and what you do. So if the people want to get to see your videos, how do they do that? We're going to put the links in the description and thing, but it's on YouTube, yeah?
Yeah, on YouTube, my name is Dianna Calliste, Dianna, the same, Calliste, Callist. So once you type in Dianna Calliste, you will definitely see some of my videos pop up. And also, I have a nursing channel, which is Nurse Calliste. So that's my two outlets.
Lovely.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, well, wishing anyone you want to say hi to, give a shout out to before we go?
Who do I want to give a shout out to?
Well, you must want
Hi
to
to
shout
all
out
my
your sister.
Grenadians.
Yeah.
Oh yes, my sister. Hi Marina. Hi Venno. All my siblings abroad. We love you guys. Grenada misses you so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Excellent.
it for me.
Excellent. As I say, you have a wonderful day, and it was a real pleasure having you on here. Bless you.
Nice being here. All right.